Hi, you're watching Bizworld and I'm Mohammed, Ahmad Hamdan. The transition of the government's socio-economic policy to household net disposable income metrics will ensure efficient distribution of targeted subsidies. Economy Minister Rafizi Ramli said the new approach, which will be implemented in January next year, will be strengthened through the introduction of Malaysia's main database or Pangkalan Data Utama PADU.
Kerana bila dah ada padu itu, keputusan dan pilihan-pilihan yang ada kepada kerajaan mengenai cara yang terbaik yang melindungi kumpulan sasar itu boleh dibuat dengan lebih tepat. Kerana kita dah ada kemudahan itu. Dan dari segi tempoh masa keputusan-keputusan ini, kita akan pantau pelaksanaan pensasaran subsidi elektrik dengan diesel yang telah berjalan dan sedang berjalan ini. Dan itu akan memberi masa untuk kita buat keputusan mengenai RON 95.
As of now, the approach is more focused on economic classification of the B40, M40 and T20, but it does not reflect the actual economic capability of a household. With PADU, the data will be focused on the net disposable income involving the number of children and location. Thus, the government will have a clearer picture of comparable net disposable income among households and define programs and targeted subsidies accordingly. Malaysia registered its 36th consecutive month of trade surplus since May 2020, with a value of 12.85 billion ringgit in April. Last month's total trade figure, however, contracted by 14.5% to 198 billion ringgit, in tandem with softer global demands. Export value, meanwhile, decreased by 17.4% to 105.4 billion ringgit, while the import value shrank 11.1% to 92.6 billion ringgit. Chief Statistician Datuk Seri Muhammad Uzair Mahidin said the decline in Malaysia's export performance was due to lower domestic exports, which accounted for 76.3% of total exports, slipping 22.3% to 80.4 billion ringgit. The fall in exports was due to the decline in exports of electrical and electronic products, palm oil and palm oil-based agricultural products, and manufacture of metal. Health supplements manufacturer and distributor DXN Holdings made a return to Bursa Malaysia after a 12-year hiatus. Its non-independent executive chairman, Datuk Lim Xiao Jin, said it opened at a 1-cent discount against its initial public offering IPO price of 70 cents, with 12.7 million ringgit shares traded.
So that means 90% of our strength are from overseas. Okay, and for the overseas member to buy the share in Malaysia, it's not that straightforward. It's not that straightforward. So we have to talk to all the security, okay, for them to mobilize the money to Malaysia. That I think will reflected maybe in 1 or 2 weeks up to today. Yeah.
The company has raised 112 million ringgit of IPO proceeds, 80 million of which has been allocated for the repayment of bank borrowings, while 7.9 million ringgit is earmarked for working capital requirements, mainly for the purchase of primary raw materials used to produce finished goods and primary packaging materials. Another 24.1 million ringgit will be utilized to defray fees and expenses for DXN's IPO and its listing on the main market. At 5 p.m, DXN closed at 66.5 cents with 2.1 million shares traded. The Cyprus cabinet has decided to revoke the Cypriot citizenship of wanted fugitive businessman Lo Taek Jo or Jo Lo, a decision based on the recommendation of the Interior Minister. The Cyprus news agency reported the decision was taken after the Interior Ministry had received fresh information about Jo Lo. Last March, the Cyprus government realized the lack of sufficient evidence to rescind Lo's citizenship and called on the Interior Ministry to reach out to Interpol for additional data. Jo Lo was granted Cypriot citizenship back in 2015 under the Island Citizenship by Investment Programme. And that's all the time we have for Bizworld this time around. I'm Mohammed. Thank you for investing your time with us.